Okay, fire away, somebody.
What changed in the second half?
Well, we obviously started guarding the ball a little bit better, and I thought we adjusted to the physicality of the game a little better. They were really running free and fast, and we weren't in the first half. Credit to them. They play physical. They get their bodies on you. They get in your path. They it's kind of the style that they play, and we just took us a half to kind of get into that a little bit, and then I thought we were active, just quicker in general, just feet and hands and stuff in the second half. Got our hands on the ball a lot.
What did you make of Kelly's defensive, performance against Cade Cunningham? Kind of seemed like he really shut him down a little bit.
Yeah, I think. Let me just check this real quick. I think Cade started 4 for 4. So he went 4 for 14 from there out. So I thought Kelly did a nice job on him. Nick did a nice job. Melt. I thought all three of those guys went in there and went to work and and we did make a few adjustments in the coverages as well that helped us kind of stop the water flowing a little bit there. But those guys' work rate and effort they gave was really helpful.
And then Tyrese just again continuing to take these steps forward as a playmaker. No turnovers again tonight.
Yep.
Just what kind of development, like what steps have you kind of seen him take in that?
Well, I really like I don't know where we're ending up, but an 8 turnover game is pretty good for the entire team, right? 9, I guess. Quite see that. Yeah, 8 or 9 with a team, and they only get 5 points off them. So just in general, I think we as a team are doing a better job of just making some the easier plays. But Tyrese's numbers are really outstanding as far as he keeps finding the assists, and he's not having to do it on taking a whole lot of chancy passes. So it's great. That's the way to do it, man.
What about Pat? What's wrong with him?
Hurt his neck. He was kind of questionable there at halftime. They tried to get just kind of locked up a little bit on him. So we'll get that evaluated a little bit more here once we get moving.
I know it's still early, but do you think it's something that could be around for a long time?
I don't know. I hope it's just a adjustment type of thing that they can get him feeling a little bit better, give him some pain relief somehow, and get him back out there. I mean, he it was at half. It was still questionable whether he was going to try to come back or not. So there was some thought he was going to try to play through it, but then they decided no.
You talked about how solid Tobias was. I remember in Boston during the preseason. Yep. How has he lived up to that assessment, or maybe exceeded it? And
that was a really good game by him because he had we all had a slow start, but he had such a slow start. Just felt like he was not in the action, and I think we made a fairly early sub for him. We did a poor job of getting him back in to start the second. We didn't. Right, for whatever reason, we were caught in a little bit of a late rotation there with the second unit. Made sure we could fix that in the third, going in from the third to the fourth. But he got to some places. He played physical. He bounced some people off him, and had some good finishes. But it was great to see him come out of a slow start and still, when he put up 24 points, it's awesome. Yeah.
You talked about guys making a simple play, not forcing the action. Does that speak to the confidence that they have in each other, that they know if the next pass is there, and they don't have to step outside of themselves, they can just let the game dictate it for them?
Yeah, I think it speaks a little bit to our composure, right? I think that's the word I would use, is I think we kind of don't look like we're ever too frantic about trying to find our next play, our next shot, or our next action. And it kind of goes to maybe just the mentality even of the game. I didn't feel us getting very frantic, even though they were kicking our backsides pretty good there, right? We were getting beaten every phase of the game there for a good stretch, and we just kind of hung in there. And I do like I do like, if this is a characteristic that it seems like we have it. I do like how well we play in the second half. It seems like we seemed like we really come out and play the third and fourth quarters at a different level than we do maybe the first and second, and that's a good characteristic.
With the composure thing, is that one of those things that you looked at when you took the job and said, I want us to play a certain way, to be able to establish that level of consistency so that maybe it carry in stressful playoff situations?
Yeah, I mean, I think that my thought when I saw the team as it is now is that we needed to have a lot of different people involved, right? We needed more than a one-man game or a two-man game, and we need this production from the Tobiases and the Kellys and the Melts and the Nick Batums, and we just need everybody involved. And I think that we're getting to a point, I think, where we're recognizing our spacing and our next actions as we keep seeing things and keep working on them, right? And that's why everybody's involved. I mean, you're going to have to put two people on Joel. You're going to have to put two people on Tyrese, and then we just got to, it's not designed to go anywhere specific, but it's designed to go to the right play, and that gets everybody involved.
In the first half, do you think, like you said, they were kicking y'all butt? Was it something that y'all weren't doing, or was it just?
Well, it goes back to your question to start the game. Were we coming off a pretty emotional win and not quite geared up and ready to go? Probably. Like, we looked a little half step slow and they looked 2 steps fast, right? And give them credit. I think Monty really had them ready. They had a really good game plan. Like I said, it was such a difference physicality wise, and I'm not talking about like hard fouls. I'm talking about they were setting screens and screening the heck out of us, and we couldn't get one set. They're getting over the top of everything, and we couldn't get one. Like rebounding was. I mean, we shot like. What did we shoot? 30% in the first half, and we had like 4 offensive rebounds. There's a lot of them to get when you shoot 30%. I mean, we just were a half step behind in all the stuff they're doing. But again, I give them credit because they were ready and they were physical, and they had us in the space. They were winning the space game all over the floor.
Do you think Joel kind of epitomized that a little bit, just because it looked like he was kind of struggling a little bit with the physicality, but in the second half he kind of imposed his will on the game?
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't the only one, though. I was just more. I just think, again, I'm just talking about the things that I'm seeing out there. He certainly was taking some physicality, just trying to get to his spots and trying to get the ball and all that stuff. And he did a better job. We got him kind of up on the floor a little bit so we could get some downhill actions. But I'm just more talking about, like, just in general physicality, ball screens, blocking out, hustle plays, 50-50 balls, all that stuff they were winning.
Talking about the physicality of the game, your starters got to the free throw line 41 times. That's something the Pistons have been struggling with all year. Is that something you were trying to take advantage of? Well,
we certainly we thought a couple things. They certainly, like you said, we know that they do play physical, and if you play strong, you should be able to get some contact and get to the free throw line. It certainly was something we talked about, but you can never count on that, right? You gotta. My point always is we got to play through the contact in case they're not calling it, right? You can't count on going to the free throw line, and I'm not sure we were doing that very good until the second